Kickoff times have been announced for 4 of West Virginia's football games this upcoming season. The opening game of the season against Robert Morris, their lone FCS opponent, will take place in Milan Pushkar Stadium August 30th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and will air on ESPN+. Now, West Virginia, the home team in these ESPN Plus games, the home team picks the game time. The last couple of years, they had decided to go to 6 p.m. games. But they're moving it back to 2 this year, so I'll be interested to see why. But 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I don't love those mid-afternoon games, but I don't hate it either. It's better than noon. Gives you a couple more extra hours to tailgate. And it's and it gives fans time to drive. Fans that have to drive a good distance, it gives them time to get back home in a decent hour, right? So it's not terrible. That's the opening game. And then on week 2, they travel to Ohio, September 6th, to play the Ohio Bobcats in Ohio. One of the rare occasions you'll see West Virginia go on the road, and probably the last time as long as we're in Baker's AD, you'll see the West Virginia go on the road to play a G5 team or G6 team. But that game will take place at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and will air on ESPNU. So a 4 p.m. kick against the Ohio Bobcats in week 2. Week 3, the Backyard Brawl, baby. We were hoping this would be a night game. We were hoping the Mountaineers would be able to pull out the Coal Rush uniforms. I expect this will probably be the game they pull out the new throwback 1965 uniforms, but they play the Pitt Panthers in Morgantown at 3:30 p.m. It'll air on ESPN. Let's hope, fingers crossed, that College Game Day comes to Morgantown for that game. With Pat McAfee, I feel like his show will probably be in town at least, but let's hope College Game Day comes. It'll air on ESPN. Return of Rich Rod to Morgantown will play Pitt for the first time since the 13-9 debacle game in 2007, and it's played on 9/13. You can't make this stuff up. Cannot make it up. And it airs on ESPN, kicks at 3:30 p.m. Again, too bad it ain't a 7 p.m. kick, but we'll take it. And then October 3rd, the lone Friday night game on the schedule this year for the Mountaineers, they travel to Provo to take on BYU on October 3rd, the dreaded 10:30 p.m. Eastern kick. Yes, Mountaineer fans, we have to stay up past midnight to see our guys play. But you know what? I'm staying up after midnight. I'm in, baby. I'll do it. I would love to be able to get out to Provo for this game. Very, very slim chance that happens. But at least I'll be staying up to watch it, even though it will kick at 10:30. So these kickoff times are, I don't love them. I'd prefer the Pitt game be a night game, and I'd prefer the BYU game be earlier. But the other two, I really don't care. The other two, I really aren't that passionate about. But anyway, we at least know now, for those of us who have tickets, we can at least plan around. We know what nights to get our hotels. You can make your travel plans, do what you need to do to get ready for these games now that you know what time they're going to take place. So that was announced today. I wanted to share that with you. There is one more thing that I did want to talk about. Hey, do me a favor. Go check out my good friends over at Appalachia Digital. If you need a brand new website for your small business, or if you're just looking to get found easier on Google, go check out AppalachiaDigital.com/Couz. These are the fine folks who designed my brand new website over at WVSportsChat.com. They did a fantastic job. I love their work. I think you will too. So go check them out. AppalachiaDigital.com/Couz. Let them know Couz sent you. Now let's get back to the show. And you see this 3:30 p.m. kick for the Pitt game. My guy Jonathan Martin, who's a co-host on the show on our Golden Blue Breakdown show that we normally do once a week. We're not doing it every week now because there's just not a ton of content, West Virginia content to talk about. But he posted reposted a tweet about the Big 12 partnering with WWE once again. What's going to happen? Friday Night SmackDown is going to hold their event in a Big 12 city on Friday night before a Big 12 football game at some point. I don't remember the number. I could not find the tweet. I thought the Big 12 put it out there, but they did not. But anyway, the Big 12 was going to partner. WWE is going to hold SmackDown in a Big 12 city on a Friday night before a Big 12 football game on Saturday, a handful of times throughout the course of the season. And maybe it ain't a big deal. Maybe it is. anything the Big 12 can do, in my opinion, to bring more eyeballs to the league is a good thing. And the reason I think the WWE's multiple reasons I think the WWE is a good partner for the Big 12. I think the Big 12 fan base, when you look at a professional wrestling audience, and then you look at who watches it versus who watches Big 12 football, I'd say there's a lot of crossover there, right? B, you can bring in new audience members. There are WWE fans who probably don't watch Big 12 football. You can bring those people in by doing the joint cross promotion stuff. And it's outside the box. It's something different. And when you look at who WWE is owned by, they're owned by Endeavor. TKO is the arm of Endeavor that owns WWE along with UFC. Endeavor is they're very valuable in the sports business space. They helped the Big 12 get the TV deal done with ESPN and Fox. Very well known. They helped them in consulting with adding the Four Corner schools. They've helped them on multiple occasions. Well, guess who the WWE recently partnered with, and TKO recently partnered with for a TV deal? Netflix. They made a massive TV deal with Netflix. So is it possible that Brett Yormark is trying to leverage his relationship with Endeavor and TKO to try to segue that into a deal with Netflix coming in 2031? Something to think about. And I think it's a brilliant move. It may not bring a ton of money to the league, maybe only a fraction more exposure, but I'm telling you, it's all about relationships, man. And Brett Yormark, in my opinion, I think he's doing these things to build relationships. If you get in with TKO, you get in with Endeavor, it helps you get in with Netflix. And even if you don't get a deal with Netflix, even if you do a negotiation with Netflix, you can use that as leverage to get a deal with Amazon or ESPN or Fox or somebody else. So I think it's brilliant. It's tying everything together. You got to look beyond just, it's pro wrestling, it's fake, whatever. Look beyond that, man. Look beyond the new eyeballs to the league. Look beyond the cross promotion. Look beyond all that and look ahead down the line at the relationships, the potential partnerships that can add value to the Big 12 conference. That, to me, is why that move is so important. You've got to look big picture here. Cheers, Beers and Mountaineers says, let's not forget our dear brother Pat McAfee is part of WWE. Bingo. And guess what? Ren Baker is a huge wrestling fan, y'all. For those of you who don't know, Ren Baker loves professional wrestling. He's a huge fan. He got professional wrestling events when he was at North Texas. They had professional wrestling events there, like at or near the stadium, to help raise money for the athletic department. Is it possible he could get WWE SmackDown to Morgantown the night before the Backyard Brawl with Pat McAfee on the mic? That would be awesome. Awesome.